actually, you spoke about schedules as well. And in fact, there was a question that came in from our story on Instagram. One of the girls, Benita by name, she had mentioned, she had written the question saying, my schedules are there. It's perfect. It's there. But how do I stick by it, So it's written, it's in front of me. Somehow I'm still...
Yeah, I think, the problem with our schedules is we usually make it with the eyes of a tiger when we have the stomach of a chicken. So we get very ambitious in our schedules, right? So when we're scheduling things, we usually schedule 10 things, 15 things, and therefore we are kind of running on a treadmill chasing it. So what I would suggest is make shorter schedules, more manageable schedules. And for example, I just use a top 3, right? So that's my mantra for a schedule. What are the top 3 things that I must do today? That's it. There may be lots of other smaller tasks, but focus on just 3 most important things that you have to do for the day, whether it's studies and you know that, okay, I have to handle this subject, these chapters, next subject, these chapters, third subject, I have to complete a mock test. If those are the 3 most important things, just do that. Don't put 15 items when looking at the schedule itself scares you off. And therefore we don't want to, even give it an effort. So I would suggest make our schedules more manageable. And then as we build the strength and the muscle, we can, take on more stuff.
Right. Nice. Yes. Benita, I hope that answered your question. What are the 3 tips, Leo, you would give us to be better and more efficiently and effectively planned?
Yeah, I think each person will evolve their own time management style, right? So I can just share some of the things that have worked for me. So as I've always shared, that time management is actually priority management, right? So normally, if I ever say that I don't have time for this, what I really mean is this is not a priority. And I think it's important for us to say that sentence out loud, right? Whenever I say I don't have time. So I would say that one tip is, before you make a time management list, make a priority list, right? Of what are the things that are important to me, whether it's, studies or something that I have to get done at home. So I would always suggest, as a tip, starting with a priority list and then converting it into a kind of to-do list. The second tip I would always suggest is not to make daily to-do lists, right? Because daily to-do lists have a habit of you becoming a slave to the list rather than the list serving your priorities. So I usually suggest, planning your month and then your week, deciding that these are the most important things that I need to get done in this week. And then you make time for those priorities in your daily list. So I would suggest the daily list is not the first thing you do, it's the last thing that you should do after you've scheduled the month. And finally, I would say, find a way to eliminate the termites in your time management, right? So termites are those small little time-wasting habits, whether it's social media or, for example, I remember InShots, the app InShots. You're just swiping up to read the news and you think I'm going to spend only 3 minutes on this, and before you know it, you're 15 minutes, you're continuing to swipe. So I would suggest identify those little things where you think you're spending, wasting very little time, but when you add it up, it can be a significant amount of time. I think I once did a brief calculation that 6 minutes per hour, if I save from, let us say, social media or WhatsApp, it will give me 4 years of extra, solid 8-hour working days within a 20-year time frame. But that means I would live 4 years longer than everybody else if I eliminated that 6 minutes per hour. So I think that's the third tip. Eliminate the termites that kind of invisibly steal our time.
You spoke about kitten, tiger, elephant, chicken, termites. Is there a trend to this animal reference? Too good. I like it. I like it. And there's a question, actually, a couple of questions from my mom. What is the difference between being effective and being efficient?
Okay, I think efficient is when you're doing things right. So you've got something down so well that you're doing it right. Whether it's preparing a dish or studying for an exam, you're doing it right. But I think effectiveness has to do with doing the right things, right?
Yes.
So have I chosen the right things to work on in my day? So very often people often share, and I think this is a common experience, that we may be very busy in the whole day, doing a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we don't feel that we have achieved anything. So that's where we may have actually spent an efficient day, but we have not been effective because we were working on the wrong things. So I would say, in a nutshell, that's the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. You know, one is doing things right, but the other is choosing the right things to do.
If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe for more of these informative videos.